Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, Pikachu knees. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, Ollie Ollie oxen free. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, Pikachu knees. I hope everyone can see the counter. There is a can see the counter on there. Welcome in, my cool peeps. Thanks for coming in. I'm chatting right now. Show will be starting soon. How are you all doing today? Alright, it is time to start. I definitely need to turn the music down so it won't be too loud and drown out my teeny tiny precious little voice. Let's see here. Thank you so much, my cool peeps, for coming in. I believe you all can hear me rather well. I enjoy having the music on in the beginning. It gets me centered even more before just starting. High five, bam. How are you all doing today? Thank you so much for coming in. My name is LA. Pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And a special shout out to Black Dot LaFlair. Thank you for your positive words of encouragement and also pouring into my life with your positivity. It's funny because my husband and I were just talking about that right while he was getting ready for work. We were just sharing, so it just was neat for you to come out and say your words because it was like an affirmation of things I was sharing. How I do like to pray for people. You know, I do it in private, but it really makes me feel good. So thank you for your words during the beginning of our live stream. Welcome in, my cool peeps. Today is July 21st, 2026. I was about to say July 21st, 1984. I don't know what happened on July 21st, 1984, but perhaps I'll type that in here to see in the side note. I am going to type that right now because I'm curious. Why in the world would I say that? What happened on July? What happened on July 21st, 1984? In my title today, it's called Rooster Fighter on Cartoon Network and other things. I just want to talk. And in my description, it basically let me see if I can open it up. I have a description here where I'm informing my cool peeps of what the mode is today. So today is supposed to be about Rooster Fighter, and it is, and it will be. But I just want to talk too, and I don't want to wait until Freestyle Thursdays to do it. Who knows what the future holds, and since I have an opportunity to just chat and chill with my cool peeps, I am taking the opportunity. So today I will be doing kind of like a 2-in-1 video. I will be talking about Cartoon Network Rooster Fighter because it is Cartoon Tuesday, but also I just want to continue kicking it with my cool peeps. I love the vibe and the mood where I'm at, so that's where I want to be. So I did make sure to put that in my title so it won't come off as misleading. Once again, thank you so much for your words of encouragement. Today, Rooster Fighter is slated, and I don't have my notes with me, and I don't know where they are, nor do I want to utilize my brain power to try to find them. Because all my cool peeps who knew what went on with my family and I last week, we were hit with a lot of news. So we were just trying to be prepared. Just in case whatever the future held for us, we had started to pack up everything just in case. So upon doing so, I packed up pretty much my whole office where I'm working at. My office is basically a tiny closet I work out of, but it was mine. So I packed up everything, including my notes for Rooster Fighter. And I'm still actually getting over all that stuff from last week. And so I don't have my notes. So I do want to share that with you as well. And also an update of where I am. My update is still recovering from last week. And in addition to that, Hercules the Shark is coming. Hercules the Shark is coming in a few days, so I have to make sure I get prepared for him because I am Hercules the Shark. I do the voices and write the scripts and figure out what I'm going to talk about. So with all this, I'm trying to balance not burning my candle at both ends too hard. Because when I'm Hercules the Shark, it gives a lot of energy out, in the planning and the scripting. So it's a lot right now still on my mind that I'm dealing with. And also, you know, when life has have a tragedy, it also makes me think of put more things in perspective. Now I go through life, my cool peeps, putting things in perspective intentionally already. I don't wait till adverse situations to happen before I start to put things in perspective. But you know, when that happened last week, it just really made me mentally fatigued, and so I'm still feeling that now. Also balancing you know, helping take care of my family, giving them all of me to the best of my ability, balancing that all out, and also keeping the YouTube partnership afloat, because now that I'm a YouTube partner, because of all my cool peeps, thanks to all of you, I have to make sure that I don't have my hours slip too much neither. So what YouTube does, my cool peeps, is has this thing, it's like a rolling 365-day thing. And so we have to get the first tier is 3,000 watch hours. And that's how you get YouTube partnership. And then the second one that I'm shooting for now is the 4,000 watch hours. So say for example, this time last year, I could have made a video that did really well, and it gave me, let's just say 50 watch hours. So because it gave me 50 watch hours this time last year, it won't count for today because it rolled off and fell off the calendar. So I have to make sure to keep up the 4,000 watch hours so I can get there. So I'm balancing all that out too. So I'm really starting to feel the weight of everything, you know. So that's where I'm at right now. So there may be times still going forward where my energy might be a little low because I am still tired and I'm caring for my family, and you know, thinking about my husband because he works too hard and things like that, and making sure I don't overextend myself so I can keep the YouTube going, so we don't lose what we've worked so hard for, and to prepare for Hercules. And also contemplating when to take time off, because I don't want to take too much time off and lose the momentum that I've got going. Thusly why I'm on here tonight too, to not only kick it with my cool peeps because I want to, also to keep things going. For all my cool peeps who don't know, I do have a link provided in the description for Cash App donations, Venmo donations, and PayPal. Those monetary donations really do help behind the scenes to keep things going, especially on days where I'm unable to come into YouTube. I can use those to keep things afloat for the platform and for myself and for my family. They really help, and I'm gonna, throughout the live stream, you know, copy and paste those things in there. I don't want it to feel like it's repetitive, but let's see here. It is what it is. I am a content creator, and sometimes those monetary donations really come in clutch, and we cannot get the funds all the time like we want to, like YouTube used to be, because now we can only get them once a month. So once again, we have Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. I want to thank you so much for your donations. We are here today at 7:54. Wow, 7:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, July 21st, 2026. Thank you so much for understanding. Um, so the links are there for all my cool peeps and also for my replay squad. So I'll be going back and forth today between Rooster Fighter, and if I feel like talking about something, I will continue to do as such. We have here Rooster Fighter is a really cool cartoon, my cool peeps, that has started on Cartoon Network. And what I mean by started on Cartoon Network is its first premiere or splashy debut of Rooster Fighter happened this year. Now, when did it start? Not in the summer, probably at the end of winter time is when Rooster Fighter started. And it's really cool. It's definitely a show for it's definitely a show not for kids. It comes on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, because there's a couple of things in there that I don't like about it, but overall, generally speaking, Rooster Fighter is a good show. I only made it through maybe the first 5 or 6 episodes of it, and then once I stopped watching it and started to fill my time with other things like getting sleep, once I got off the bandwagon of watching Rooster Fighter because I needed to get some sleep, I never went back to it, so I lost the momentum. So Rooster Fighter is a parody action comedy anime that follows Kaiji, a brave wandering rooster who acts as humanity's unlikely defender. I love Adult Swim. I'm working on a cartoon I want to put on there. Very good. Um, do not share it online. You probably already know that because that is your artistic baby. I want you to cultivate that, get it all protected and everything, so you can do that. But congratulations on being birthed an idea that you want to pursue, and I'm glad you're working on that. That's a wonderful thing. This is really cool. I love Adult Swim. I'm working on a cartoon I want to put on there. That is a big, beautiful dream. I'm so happy for you, and I want you to reach your goal. That's terrific. Where's my trophy at? I have a trophy. I'm going to put a trophy in there. High five. That is truly a big and beautiful goal. Wow. That's amazing. You are very welcome. That's turbo cool. That's excellent. Yes, Adult Swim is fun. I do like it, and I'm glad they have it. What I like about Cartoon Network, my cool peeps, is that not only do they offer a variety of cartoons and animations, they also consider that people grow up. You know, their audience grows up. So opposed to just sticking down into one category of cartoon and staying there and that being their life force or lifeblood of what they do, they have taken into consideration that there's teens and adults who watch the show. So that gives everybody from every age bracket an ability to participate and watch things on Cartoon Network. There's Toonami, Adult Swim. They had what is that called? Oh my gosh, Cartoonito. I'm not a fan of Cartoonito, and I've made a few uploads about me ranting about Cartoonito on Cartoon Network. And I did that because I was like, why are you putting Barney on Cartoonito? I didn't like that. So that's how I felt about that. I feel some type of way. I'm like, okay, fine, Cartoon Needle was here, I understand, because they want to have a cartoon platform, like I said, for all ages. But it's the Barney for me, y'all. I'm like, and what made it, I cannot. The way they reinvented Barney, he looks terrible. It's my dream to work there and to build my own production company. Have you ever watched Space Ghost Coast to Coast back in the earlier days of Adult Swim? Yes, we talked about that last Tuesday and probably the Tuesday before that too. Space Coast Coast to Coast. I like watching Space Ghost and I like how they reinvented him. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was really cool how they did him. And especially, what is that thing? Is that a mantis? That's a mantis. That's his co-host. But I do like it. It's funny. I like the awkward pauses with Space Ghost. And it makes me laugh. And you know what I liked about Space Ghost, my cool peeps? Is the fact that it was a reinvention of an original OG cartoon. They brought it back to life and they tailored it to fit our personalities for that time. So I really admire the spin that Cartoon Network did. Oh my gosh, you know what? Yeah, Zorak. I think that is the name of that mantis. And it's funny how it would just sit there and look at you on the screen, and his those weren't talons, but it was these things, his hands for lack of a better word. And it just be folded up like that. And he'll be staring at us at the camera. Like, for example, if I'm remembering correctly, when Space Ghost says something silly, to which he always did, the mantis thing would kind of look off in the camera like, oh my goodness, did he just say what I think he said? He's not really making sense right now. You know, Space Ghost would be mouthing off at the mouth in his own little world, and that stuff would be funny. So yeah, Cartoon Network has played a very influential part in my life growing up, and still do, because I'm a grown woman now, and here I am dedicating a day out of the week to talk about cartoons. And the cartoons so far that I've been talking about is stuff on Cartoon Network. Now, I'm not being biased, but it's just life. Sorry about that, Nickelodeon, but Cartoon Network is really playing an impactful role in my life. And it's playing out right now today as we speak. Thank you, my cool peeps, for pressing the like button. Welcome in. I am your host, LA. Pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you so much for coming in. I have the links at the top pinned where you can donate, and I also have the links pinned down in the description as well. We're talking about right now in this specific moment, Rooster Fighter, the Rooster Fighter cartoon or animation. Rooster Fighter is a parody action comedy anime that follows Keiji, and I might be saying this name wrong, Kaiji, a brave wandering rooster who acts as humanity's unlikely defender. When monstrous building-sized demons known as kaiju terrorize Japan, Kaiji uses his superhuman strength and the devastating battle cry to destroy them. He roams the country seeking revenge against the mysterious demon that 86'd his sister. His sister was a cute little chicken. So behind me are the main characters in the first season. The cute little baby chick, Kaiji, I think her name is Elizabeth, and this is a guy that was introduced in probably the 4th episode, maybe 4th or 5th episode, and that's where I ended up falling off at when I was watching Rooster Fighter, because Rooster Fighter came on like at 11:30 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or maybe later than that. So I would have to set my alarm clock to wake up out of my sleep so I could watch it. And my workload was starting to get heavy back then, so I had to choose sleep or continue breaking my sleep just to watch Rooster Fighter. And I chose sleep, and I fell off the bandwagon, y'all. I got completely off the bandwagon and haven't been back. So today we we are talking about Rooster Fighter. Yes, that little yellow chick. Isn't she cute? She actually likes Kaiji. She adores him, and she's very protective over him, and it's funny. The reasons why she's so overprotective of him is because he saved her owner. Her owner, I believe, in the first episode was attacked, and the Rooster Fighter actually saved the owner and turned him back into a human. And so because of her seeing like strength and power and acts of kindness displayed not only for her owner who was saved, and for herself and her home, I think she fell in love with him. Him meaning Kaiji, and she wanted to just follow under his wing. Yes, pun intended. Follow under his wing for the rest of her days and just learn and grow from under his tutelage. So I thought that was really cute. And in the process, just that fast, she became so overprotective of him. And I think that is really cute and it's really funny. So that's how you get the cute baby chick. So I'm going to the baby's chick's name is Pyoko, Piyoko, an innocent chick who attaches herself to Kaiji after he saves her owner. So I'm going to just start right there. Can you please tell me about the summary, about the first episode of this show? Yes, it is. I haven't looked around yet for any Rooster Fighter merch, but when they have Rooster Fighter merch, I want a Rooster Fighter button down graphic shirt with all of them on it. You know how cool that would be? It would be like totally awesome. I'll be walking around feeling like this. Yeah. Look at me in my Rooster Fighter graphic novel button down t-shirt or whatever it's called. Button down. People will be like, LA, your nerd is showing. Yeah, I'm being the geek. Wouldn't it be dope? So yeah, so that's what I'm keeping my eye out for. It would be so cool. So we have right here, My Cool Peeps, the first episode of Rooster Fighter titled A Rooster Among Cranes. Establishes the series' absurd high-octane premise and introduces Kaiji's dramatic backstory. I need to make sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Can you please... I'm going to open up a separate tab. Once again, I had all the breakdowns on how to properly say his name and stuff like that handwritten out, but I don't know where I put those notes. I packed them all away. Can you please show me how to properly pronounce the Rooster Fighter name in Rooster Fighter cartoon? Thank you, my cool peeps, for coming in and hanging out with the cool peeps. It means a lot. Thank you so much, Replay Squad. It's a lot that's been going on in the world. Have you heard about what happened in California? There was a water main burst, and the water main was 100 years old. It bust, yes, it burst, and it caused the sinkhole. And what really caught my attention about it is, are you familiar with the YouTuber Sloan? Now, there's two Sloans. Sloan, the celebrity psychic, and Sloan, who does straight up celebrity news. He's a male guy. He's a guy, and he's a male. And word on the curb is that he lost everything, his home, his cars, because he was a part of that mudslide that happened. Yeah, so Sloan, I think he went live on Instagram and he was crying because he was a victim of that. He is a victim of that. So I just started listening today, this morning, about it, is when I found out. So I want to do more research and see what's really happening. But for sure, there has been a water main leak. The pipes burst. They were 100 years old, and by it doing that, it caused the sinkhole, and people lost their things to like water damage, flood damage, and then just the ground just giving in. Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, it's like when life hits you, it really hits you. We can plan all day to save money away for a rainy day, but it seems like the way things are happening all across the board, even for people who are more financially secure than my family and I, they aren't even prepared for what life has been hitting them with. Life has been hitting everybody in places where it's knocking the wind out of them. And this is an example of, of what happened to Sloan. So I wanted to talk about that too. Wondering if anyone heard about that. It's awful. Nobody is planning for that, and especially in California, you're not expecting anything like that to happen. I mean, you want to talk about your world getting flipped upside down. How do you bounce back from that? It is. I believe you. It's true. Everybody's going through something right now. The celebrities, great and small, like in Hollywood, all the way down to us content creators. Not to mention regular people, because I'm a content creator because that's my job. So I'm talking about far as jobs. But regular, everyday people like you and I, we are in it all the time. But it's even more intensified everywhere. That's crazy. So I definitely want to look around and see what's happening with that too. So yeah, my prayers have gone out to him and his family, because that's crazy. Nobody wants that to happen. I don't care how much money he has, I still wouldn't want that to happen to anybody. So I have my notes pulled up here. I wanted to know how to properly say the rooster's name, Kaiji. So it's KG. KG. Okay. I do too. I hope everything works out for him and his family. It is sad. It really is. So his name is KG. So the rooster is. So I asked AI Overview, can you please tell me about the first episode of the Rooster Fighter? And I'm going to type this in. So do I. It's such a surprise. The first episode of Rooster Fighter, titled A Rooster Among Cranes, established the series' absurd high-octane premise and introduces KG's dramatic backstory. The opening battle. The episode begins immediately in the middle of a crisis. A giant building-sized monster called a kaiju is rampaging through a Japanese city. Right before the monster can swallow a captured child, KG makes a dramatic entrance and effortlessly saves the day. The absurd reality. Following the epic opening, the show establishes mature comedy. KG is shown leaving. What? What is this? Oh no, I'm not talking about now. Now this is the scene where Adult Swim gets its Adult Swim on. So I'm not even getting ready to read that. I wasn't even expecting AI overview to go into that much of a detail. So I'm just gonna loosely, lightly flower over this. In this opening scene on Cartoon Network's Rooster Fighter, there's a scene where KG is with a girl hen. And I'll leave it at that. He left her crying, and he's talking about he's a wanderer. He's got other things to do. So that is basically a character development, which to me was probably necessary for Cartoon Network Adult Swim to do that. So it can establish who he is about, his character, his mentality. So he pretty much left her high and dry. She was crying and hollering. Moving forward. Meeting in Elay and tragic backstory. So we're still talking about Rooster Fighter Season 1, Episode 1. Kaiji wanders into a new town and wanders into the yard of a kind retired school teacher. As they interact, Kaiji's tragic past is revealed through a flashback. Yes, in Rooster Fighter, KG is going to be having several flashbacks, so we get to know his backstory as time goes on. So one of his first flashbacks he has, after pretty much dumping his ex-girlfriend, transpires when he's at a retired school teacher's house. He was once a normal rooster, and this massive demon with a white mark on his back brutally took his sister out and ate his younger sister named Sarah. So that's what the flashback is about. KG is having this flashback in this school teacher's yard of this demon monster eating his sister, and he wasn't able to save her. So not only is he a wanderer, he's like straight and narrow, meaning he do what he wants to do. Nobody's gonna tell him nothing. He's out on the hunt to look for this demon who ate his sister up and avenge his sister. He's got the guilt of not being able to save his sister on his shoulders. And also in the same dang time, in that flashback, it shows to us how he realized he had a power. I don't think if that happened to his sister, unfortunately, he would have realized the power that he is unlocking, that we are witnessing through Series 1. He is an out cold fighter. What I like about Rooster Fighter right now, my cool peeps, is that it reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, but for chickens. They power up, they fight one another, they get attitudes, they each have their own strong personalities, they are in trouble, they are all gathered for one reason, and that's to fight. But while they are fighting, I still think it's kind of like each have a personal reason why they are gathered there to fight. Yes, they are all fighting towards one cause, but why they are fighting for one cause, I think it's all for personal reasons. But nonetheless, it's brought them all together, whether they like it or not. This gathering is happening, and the chickens are organizing. Just like they say in Chicken Run, the chickens are organizing. Shouts out to all my cool peeps who have seen Chicken Run. Chicken Run is a good claymation movie, and I recommend all of my cool peeps see it. The chickens are organizing, people. Yes, so it's really good. So that's what happens in his flashback. So the climax of it all, the peaceful town is suddenly attacked by a new kaiju, a giant monster transformed from an overworked, stressed out corporate salaryman. To protect his new human friend, Kaiji steps into battle. So instantly, after having this flashback, Kaiji is interrupted in mid-thought, I think, and has to fight this monster that is terrorizing the town. And because the school teacher showed Kaiji love, now he feels the need to protect him. So he unleashes his ultimate attack, a supersonic maximum volume battle cry. The roar hits exact resonance frequency of the monster, causing the giant beast to explode from the inside out. Kaboom! After helping the old man clean up the debris in his yard, KG coolly walks off into the sunset to continue his lonely quest for revenge. So yes, he is on his lonely one-man band show seeking revenge on the monster who unfortunately devoured his sister one night in his town where he lived. That's the premise of Rooster Fighter. But what I like about Rooster Fighter, basing it on the episodes that I have seen so far, when I started watching Rooster Fighter, I honestly thought, okay, season one's already gonna be good. It had me at hello, basically. I didn't need to really know more about the show. But what the surprising thing is with Rooster Fighter is that every episode unfolds more information. And I wasn't expecting that. It's like how they have, you know, those cute little presents you can buy where it's a big box, and when you open it, you take that box out of the box, it's another box, and it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Well, that, my cool peeps, to me is how Rooster Fighter is set up. Now, quite frankly, I would have just adored the show if they just fed me the first episode. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, I've got this figured out enough to know that what this show was basically about is, rightfully so, a rooster seeking revenge, searching out the monster who tore his family apart, messed up his world, his town, you know, and he wants to seek revenge. He is on the quest. To me, that was enough. I didn't need any more storyline. I didn't need anything else. It had me there. So as the episodes progress, there's more in store. There's more story. So I'm curious as I get ready to continue to start watching where I left off at. Heck, I'm going to just start over and just pick it up all the way from the beginning. I'm curious as to how many more layers of this show is it going to be? Samurai Jack with the chicken. Yes. So, yeah. So, you know what's going on? High five. Bam. We've got a cool peep in the heezy. So, Corey says it's Samurai Jack with the chicken. You know what? You're correct on that. So, not only is it like Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball Z's of chickens, it is Samurai Jacks of chickens. Meaning, like, if you take Corey's adaptation of how he is seeing the Rooster Fighter through his eyes, and through his eyes, he sees Rooster Fighter as Samurai Jack with chickens. So, having said that, the seriousness of KG is like the seriousness of Samurai Jack. He's not here for fun and games. Even though he has that side about him, there's no reason to unearth it, no need to unpack it, no need to really go back into the recesses of his mind to entertain it, because the mission is more serious than entertaining a more happier side. So, yes, KG is like Samurai Jack when it comes to the straightforwardness. And whenever the two of them, Samurai Jack and KG, do come across a situation where another emotion has to be displayed, what I like about the two characters is that there's this awkwardness that Cartoon Network creators or Toonami slash Adult Swim creators depict for us. They share that awkwardness with us. And that's funny because we're witnessing their awkwardness, and in the cartoon they're hoping that no one sees it, but we see it, and that's what makes it even more funny. So yeah, I do like that. So that's a breakdown of episode 1. So what I'm going to do is go and speak back all about the cute little chicken now. Now that we've laid a foundation on Rooster Fighter, season 1, episode 1, and what I like about it, and why it took me so long to get back to it, and all of those things, we'll talk about the cute little chick. The cute little chick's name is Payoko. So I'll type in here and ask, can you please tell me about Payoko? Thank you so much, my cool peeps, for coming in and liking. Now accepting Cash App donations, PayPal, and Venmo. And if you don't mind, if you can, please send all donations to the links provided that are pinned to the top or down at the bottom in the description. The donation links are provided below if you can. If the money is donated through YouTube's platform, I will not be able to get it until next month because that's how they pay out. They pay out monthly. So if you feel compelled to donate, that will be my donation of choice, please and thank you. We're getting ready to talk about this cute little chicken right there in the yellow. Look how cute she is. She's right up there with Hello Kitty. Meaning, like, if you haven't got to see or listen, if you haven't got to listen to Payoko speak, once you do, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, she is so cute. Her personality is Hello Kitty all day to me. Far as cuteness comparison. Hello, welcome in, high five, bam. Thank you so much for coming in and also pressing the like button. Welcome to Elay TV. We are talking about various topics at the same time while talking about Rooster Fighter. Cute little character. So I'm getting ready to read about the cute little character Payoko. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. High five. Bam. Welcome. Where is she? There she is. Where's the cute little nose? Payoko, my cool peeps. I'm going to put some baby chicks in the chat because that's what we're talking about now. Payoko, affectionately nicknamed Chicken Little by his fans, is the breakout side chick of Rooster Fighter. She is a tiny, energetic yellow chick who completely defies the show's dark revenge tone with her pure cuteness and surprising underworld background. What I like about her is she's still discovering herself throughout the journey of this show. She's got things about her that she don't even know. Greatness. So what I like is that the way they're setting up the Rooster Fighter, My Cool Peeps, is that it seems to me as though there's going to be a character for every person. So when going on the journey of watching Rooster Fighter, you'll be able to find a character that you can fully relate to, I think. Whose character in Rooster Fighter, as you start to watch it, can you relate with? Who do you see in each character? Or if that, I know that makes sense. So it's too soon for me to pick, and I've only watched like 4 or 5 episodes. And so it's exciting because as the show unfolds, I still don't know which chicken actually best represents my personality yet. But that's something else that will make me want to grab my popcorn and just chat and chill and watch it, and just watch it and see. Within these animations, there's stories upon stories, mysteries upon mysteries, if you will allow yourself to open your mind up to see it that way. It's no different from watching a movie that you like over and over and over again. But as life goes on and you begin to mature and grow older, you may watch that same video again, same time, same station. But if life and a life event happens, such as what happened to my family and I last week when we were crowdfunding, if I were to go back now and watch some of the same movies again, through these tragedies that's transpired, my mind has started to reshape some more. And I'm starting to see things even more differently than I already have been seeing the world. Which is why I think another reason why I have gotten a lot more tired as well. But having said that, if I were to go back and watch some of the movies now, after my family and I have gone through the tragedy that we've gone through, I'm quite sure I'll begin to view those same movies differently. I'll start to pick out things that never caught my attention before. They'll start to catch my attention now. Why? Because in my mind, it wasn't time for me to see it or interpret it that way. But now, due to the loss of a family member, us having to deal with that, us having to pull together emergency resources to get that hurdle out of our way, my mindset is changing again. So with this Rooster Fighter, just like you're saying, this show sounds perfect for you, it probably is your show to watch for this season in your life. I like it because it has teachable moments in there. Not only is Rooster Fighter entertaining, it applies life stories in it as well. So Payoko, once again, is a cute little chicken. She is the breakout side chick of Rooster Fighter. She is a tiny, energetic yellow chick who completely defines the show's dark revenge tone with her pure cuteness and surprising underworld background. Yes, underworld background. Before traveling with Keiji, Payoko was raised as a beloved pet by a Japanese Yakuza mobster. She looked up to her owner so much that she requested he give her a matching back tattoo. She proudly sports the kanji for duty and honor. So she's got a tattoo on her back, and the tattoo represents duty and honor. She constantly tries to live up to his hardcore chivalrous code despite being a literal fluffball. God moves me into direction and guides my path in his time, not mine. Here, here. High five. Bam. My Cool Peeps, I want to thank you, Black Dot, and also Corey, for your words, because I've been pouring into a lot of my Cool Peeps' lives, and you have been pouring back into my family and I's lives, like with your financial donations for helping us get out of a financial funk we were in. We're almost out of the woodwork. We're definitely out of the fire with that. We're still skating around the fire, but my Cool Peeps, you pulled through and helped with your prayers, so it's not as bad as it once was. But God moves into God moves me into direction and guides my path in His own time, not mine. To be in step is what you want to be in, correct? You don't want to be ahead, you don't want to be behind, but you want to be in step. And that can be scary. And I'm speaking out of experience, you know. That can be quite scary. Maybe because I have to practice not leaning into my own understanding so much. And that comes from me growing up with the background of having to trust only me and me alone to get out of unfortunate situations in life when I was younger that I shouldn't have been in. So everything was on me. So I believe that's where a lot of the fight comes in into. But thank you so much for your comment. Yo, my Cool Peeps also gave me a scripture. I think it's Matthew 3:66. And with the help of AI, I was able to type that into my search engine to get an even more better breakdown of it than I was able to break down for myself. And that's been helping me as well. Strengthen and build my mind as it changes, you know, based on what happened to our family and I last week. The worst is over. We've gotten out of it. We're out of the fire. So we're basically in the smoke of it all right now. Still tying up loose ends. But yes, that's where I am right now. And I just wanted to take the time to say thank you for your words right there. God moves me into direction and guides my path in His time, not mine. Never our time. And that's where we had to not be so anxious about. Y'all, thank you so much for that. High five. Bam. So, with this cute little baby chick you see behind me, Payoko, I'm reading about her backstory right now. I like how her story is beginning to um, unwrap. It's really cute. And it's kind of like the Transformers situation. Transformers is more than meets the eye. It's more than meets the eye with this cute little chick right here. Meeting KG and marriage plans. Payoko's life changed when her Yukusa owner tragically mutated into a giant demon. After watching Kaiji bravely defeat the beast and save her owner, Payoko was deeply moved by his strength. She nursed an injured Keiji back to health, and he officially gave her the name Payoko. She is entirely infatuated with Keiji, and fully believes she will marry him when she grows up, which leads to hilarious, intense jealousy whenever the older hen, Elizabeth, is around. Now, the black hen right there is Elizabeth. That's her name. Yeah, she's really cute. I like her in her intensity. It's funny. For her to be so small, she's got a big fire in her. And I think that's adorable. Another character that I see myself collecting. I like her and Rasuko. Are you familiar with Rasuko? She is a Cartoon Network original animation. It's really fun. But when you come across her character, her name actually starts with an A, but I believe the A is silent, so it's pronounced Rasuko. But it's a really cool cartoon, and you see this onesie I'm wearing? I think this is who she is. Or maybe she's a raccoon, but she looks like this. She's really cute. And when she gets mad, she starts to sing with this hard deathcore rock and roll voice. And she blows people out of the water when she starts to sing. She's like, oh, so that's a fun show too. My baby sister actually introduced me to that Netflix original series, and it's really good. So I think you may like that also. It's fun, it's edgy, and if you want to take your mind off of things, that too is another good show to watch to take your mind off of things. Right now, I'm currently eating my lunch slash dinner. Oh yeah, let me remind them that the food is in the microwave or the refrigerator. Just one moment. I need to let him know about the food. Left over. Yes. I'm almost finished. I'm sending a text message to my son. I'm enjoying this live streaming vibe. It's really fun. It also helps me just interact with cool peeps all around the world. Wow, that's funny. I'm back. I had to go walk the dog. LOL, that's cool. No worries. I was just in the middle of sending a text message to our son too, as life continues on. So I'm glad you were able to walk your puppy, your baby doggy woggy. I'm going to put the top dog sticker in here. This purple box is a sticker. It's a dog. It says top dog. It's kind of, yeah, that's what that is. It might be a little hard to see, but we'll fix it. I'm glad you were able to walk your fur baby. I'm gonna find a little puppy dog to put in here. Oh, glad you were able to. Oh, glad you were able to walk your fur baby. Glad you were able to walk your fur baby. I don't remember the last time I watched cartoon. Okay, Cartoon Nami. Mostly watched how to do videos. Okay, and the news just to here to support men. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, it is. That's another thing too. In the middle of April, YouTube did another big old change, and it affected how the flow is with my audience. Usually YouTube always will do these great changes, and it will take about 2 weeks for my numbers to get back. This time around, this April, in the middle of April this year, when they underwent changes and expanded their platform, my numbers never recovered. They didn't go back to normal this time. So I'm still feeling the impact of that. Another reason why I was sharing in the beginning of this live stream, that was one of the things I just wanted to talk about, is because my watch hours are kind of hindered, have been kind of hindered because of the change that YouTube did in the middle of April. I haven't been able to bounce back from that. The numbers didn't really go back to normal like they usually would when YouTube makes big changes like they do. So it's like it cut my hours in half. And I always have to do like projections, daily projections, to see how many hours I need to get every day so it can add to the bigger picture. So thank you for noticing that and for coming in. Thank you for your support, your mental support, and just for pressing the like button and contributing to the watch time, because it helps. Yeah, so it impacted me again, and so it's making it a bit tougher for me to get to that goal. Yeah, I'm concerned about how things will fare out when Hercules the Shark goes on. Hercules the Shark really brought it in for us last year with the Shark Week, but by YouTube changing their algorithm and expanding their platform, I'm concerned that the numbers will hit differently, and I'm counting on those numbers to help bring it home for the end of the year. So this is when YouTube becomes more of like a business, if you care, and I know you all do because all of you are content creators too. So this is where YouTube becomes fun and games, from fun and games to serious, because it can affect the finances and bottom line. Every month until I can get to my 4,000 watch hours and start getting paid for the commercials and the ads that are placed in my videos. I don't get paid for that yet. But once I get to the 4,000 watch hours, I will be able to then really project project the finances better. But right now we have a certain threshold that we had to reach before we can even get our funds. So if we don't make it, they hold your funds until you get past that certain threshold. So if you miss it by a penny, you don't get it. You have to wait. So it's crazy. Yeah. So one of the reasons why I was really pouring out my heart and just really thankful for my cool peeps for helping my family and I out is because when we do budget, we budget down to the penny. So when we got that news last week, there was no way in the world we were going to be able to come up with that. It was like one of those situations with Salome, the YouTuber who just lost everything because of a water main break. Even if we saved for a rainy day, there was no way in the world we were going to be able to battle this alone. So yeah, yes, you heard other creators say the same. So I'm balancing out all of that so we don't lose and go backwards and get put on probation. If you go below your 3,000 watch hours, YouTube said they'll put you on probation. And I don't want to get put on probation. Do you have a catchphrase? I do. They need to, and they do, yeah, because they'll hold it up and things slow down, and as you can see, like how my watch time is I'm struggle streaming right now, but I'm not used to this because usually I'm not used to this because when things were ticking and talking, when I would get on and make a second live stream, like for extra to secure that I have above and beyond my watch hours and and getting the donations and stuff to make a personal quota to go towards, before we got the bad news, to go towards like my computer and stuff like that. I will have so many people by now, and it's not really reflecting. They are. And the ones who are getting the most affected are, people like myself, small content creators. So the struggle forges on. That's where I am now, trying to hold the line, but I don't want to burn out trying to hold the line. Plus, still giving myself the rest and relaxation I need, especially after recovering from what we went through last week. We're out of the fire, but we're still in the smoke, so we still have some things we have to hammer out financially to completely put us in the clear and get us back on our path. Because my family and I we want to go back home to Michigan. That's our end game. We're going to go back home to Michigan. Mm-hmm. They are. This is really good. What I have is a bowl of rice, and I have what is it? Cream of chicken and rice soup mixed in with it, and it's so good. With crackers too. Y'all, I didn't bring the crackers in, but crackers was supposed to go with this cream of chicken and rice. Crackers not even in here. Thank you, absolutely. I have to be here mentally, not only for myself, but for my family. For my family. Oh my gosh, man, wouldn't that be cool? Ice cream sounds wonderful. But yeah, it's rice. Mm-hmm. So making sure I don't lose focus and forget to eat as well. So I brought my food in. Before my husband left for work, he was like, make sure you eat. And I made an intentional move to bring my food in here so it can be in my face so I can eat. Because when I start working, sometimes and I get into a rhythm of work, I'll forget to eat because I'm so caught up in my work. No, my goodness, I need glasses. Yeah. I'm typing that in here. I'm typing, yeah. I'm crying laughing. LOL. I'm crying laughing. That's funny. she said I need glasses. That's funny. There. Ooh, some hot sauce in the soup would be fire. What did that man say? He was like, put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. Yeah, hot sauce in the soup would be dope. I didn't even think about that. I do put hot sauce sometimes in like my chili. I do enjoy eating chili. And I do enjoy making my own chili at home. And I'll put a few shakes into the larger pot, but I don't want to put too much hot sauce in there because not everybody likes the same heat as I. Or even if that's the case, they may not want heat at all. So when I have my personal bowl of chili, I definitely like to sometimes douse it in hot sauce because it makes me feel good. It's like, you know what? I'm killing germs in my body. So douse this chili with hot sauce. It's a 2-in-1 in my mind. Not only am I getting full, but I'm combating potential germs. Have you ever thought of it that way, my cool peeps? Or Am I the only one? Dun, dun, dun. I think I'm the only one. Yeah, so beans have healing powers. The healing powers in beans is the hot sauce and the peppers therein. The time right now for me, my cool peeps, is a glorious 8:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The day is July 21st, 2026. I'm not going anywhere. I'm having a good time. I'm comfortable. I'm pacing myself. I am putting in the work. This is another day in the life, you know. You have goals, you have to set them, and sometimes I don't get where I want the goals to be. We've got twists and turns, so I'm on here adding it up. Yeah. Do you like drinking the milk? Do you like to drink milk with your chili because of the heat? If so, do it help you out? If it's too hot, you won't be able to taste how the food tastes. So it's a perfect balance that you have to keep, right? I'm gonna put this funny emoji in here. The heat. It's the heat. It's the heat. If it's too hot, it's a Christmas wrap. I've never tried that, but it makes sense. I learned that yeah, when I was in elementary. And then I started to hear more about it as I started to grow up and start watching cooking shows. That the milk does something. It helps calm it down and soothe the nerves and stuff when it's really hot. It is comforting. I do enjoy that. It works for me, but everybody's different. I suffer LOL or drink a sweet drink or drink a sweet alcohol drink. That helps too. And that's funny because like I was saying before I read your comment, drinking the milk may not be for everyone, but it sure works for me. I've even heard people say you take a piece of bread and that helps with your palate. If you eat something really hot and spicy, you eat some bread and you're good to go. So if I've ever tried the eating the bread thing, it's been so long ago since I've tried it, I don't even remember the outcome. So I'll have to try it again. We are talking about random things, but the premise of our gathering tonight on I was about to say the premise of our gathering tonight, y'all, on Cartoon Network is we're talking about Cartoon Network Rooster Fighter, and I also have in the title Rooster Fighter on Cartoon Network and other things. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. So I'm just going in between both things. I'm chatting with my cool peeps and going back and forth talking about Cartoon Network Rooster Fighter. Really? So that works for you? Is it like when you eat something spicy and you have the bread, is it like almost instantaneous where you get good results? Like the fire stops? It burns, it burns. Now, water, when I was an actual child, I automatically thought that, you know, drinking water will put out the fire. Because I learned the fire safety and all that stuff. But it don't seem like the water was as effective. Okay. Well, thank you for that information. Not only are my cool peeps lifting me up with positive affirmations, you're also teaching me about another way I can go around to enjoy eating spicy foods. What if I don't want milk? What if I'm eating something spicy outside in the summertime? And I'm worried that if I drink the milk and go for a walk, the milk's sour in my stomach. I don't have to worry about that anymore because I was educated today at 8:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on July 21st, 2026 that to combat the fiery pits of hot chili, you don't have to solely rely on milk, but you can also eat some bread too. Thank you so much. Yes, because I cannot drink milk, only almond milk. Okay, so it's been a minute since I've had almond milk. I usually would gravitate to the soy milk. And thinking right now, if I had soy milk to choose from between regular milk, if I was eating a bowl of hot chili, I would be nervous to try the soy milk or the almond milk to trust it to put out the fire from the hot chili because I don't know. That's two different combinations. Soy milk and almond milk are just two different things compared from regular milk. And I don't know if I would get the right reaction. And I don't want to experiment and play Dexter's Laboratory right now. I'm just not ready for all of that. I'll just have to drink soy milk and almond milk the regular way. Plain or like in my cereal or with like toast and stuff. But to rely on it to help combat something spicy, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I start going like this. I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. They're like, LA. I'm like, yeah. They're like, you okay, girl? Like I'm stuck in the ball of confusion. I'm in the dilemma. Oh, I just ate this hot chili, and all I got to wash it down is soy milk. I'm scared if I drink it, it's gonna do something to my stomach. Wing Spot hot wings, hottest flavor with gin and juice. Oh my gosh, laid back. Gin and juice with some lemon pepper wings. I know you didn't say lemon pepper wings, but that's still funny. I don't mind food being spicy. It's the heartburn. Like Alicia Keys, you be out here singing heartburn. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, like, oh. I hear you on the heartburn. I'm going to put some spicy things into the chat right now. I use it for cereal. Don't really drink milk all like that. Okay. Oh man, tell me about it. You went to the toilet bowl of confusion. LOL. That's exactly what I don't want to risk. Life is too precious and my time is too precious to be playing Dexter's Laboratory with my stomach. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yes, it's the heartburn and the using of the bathroom. Exactly. I love me enough to know that that's not what I'm getting ready to risk and gamble. Now, my cool peeps, if you want to get out of work one day, there's your answer. Hot bowl of chili. Wash it down with a nice tall glass of soy milk or almond milk. Get sick. Go to work. It hit you. And your manager like, I see you. You look sick. You go home for the rest of the day. Like, And can I take the next day off too? Cause I don't think I'm gonna be able to return. Now we're teaching one another. You teach me, I teach you. Pokemon. You teach me and I teach you. Pokemon. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Yeah! Y'all know nothing about that. So right now, my cool peeps, I have been I've been on the live stream for 1 hour 37 minutes, and I'm looking on here, excuse me, and it says right now, collectively with all of my cool peeps coming in and passing through and watching with me, that's given me 3.7 hours of watch time. Usually it will be double that, so it'll be almost 6 hours for an hour. But now, even though I'm consistent, it's been hit or miss. I haven't been able to hang my hat on projecting how many hours I can get in the week based on how many videos I block out for each week. It's not working like that anymore. So it's still, my hours are still cut in half, so it's like I'm working twice as hard or 3 times as harder than I was just to get a little bit of hours. It didn't used to be like that, but it will definitely get better. You're absolutely right about that, because I tell you one thing for sure, if I didn't believe, I wouldn't be on here just hanging out and living life, and I'm sharing my world with my cool peeps, and you are the same, you know, whatever it is you want to share, and the same thing with me. But this is fun, it's healthy, and I am having a good time, having a good time. Meow, 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 meow. This is a great example. I like my platform because it is an example for everyone to just really endure till the end. There will be ups, there will be downs, of course. And what I'm going through right now, you know, especially with what happened to my family and I last week, is real life. And still having to balance all that out, I just cannot stop everything. We still had to pick up and keep going. So this is a part of my life that my cool peeps are witnessing. I had to find a way to keep going. A special shout out to my husband and to our son. I love you two very much. Thank you so much for just being you. You help make my world go round. I love you two very, very much. So we're talking about Rooster Fighter. Who's the blue chicken? Okay, so that is a new character. And that's right around the time where I began to fall off watching Rooster Fighter. Not because it wasn't entertaining, but because I had to decide, do I keep waking up every Sunday morning out of my sleep to watch this, or do I catch up on sleep? So I think he appeared in either season 1, episode 5 or episode 6. He is a new character, and I think he might be in relation by blood to Kaji. This might be his brother. Don't quote me yet, but I believe that's who he is. So since they're asking, I'm getting ready to check it out and see. I'm gonna be like, hey Siri. She gonna be like, what is it, LA, with your weirdo questions? Who is that white chicken up in Rooster Fighter? Just asking for a friend. You know me? Yeah, you gotta talk like that. You gotta make your mouth look like that. like that so she know what time you want. Yo, I don't even have Siri, y'all, but I like saying, hey Siri. I have Android devices. I have a couple of iPads, but I found those in the dumpster. Real talk. I dumpster dive when I can. Moving forward. Oh, who is the all-white chicken in Rooster Fighter? Who is the all-white chicken in Rooster Fighter? Is that his brother or his best friend? So I'm waiting for the answer to load. I did. Yeah, the screen was cracked on one, and the other one you gotta tap it kind of like do in order for it to really feng shui. But I think it's because it needs to be acclimated or whatever. But if they were free and they still turn on, it's a blessing, because it allowed me to actually kind of teach myself how the Apple stuff works. Yeah, the screen was cracked up, but I could work around that. It was a little bit slow, but once again, for what it's worth, it was free. Thank you, Jesus. It allowed me to see what the hoopla was about, and it's great. I did. I sure did. I wasn't even looking. I was just minding my business, taking out the trash, and they were there. And that's probably why, because they don't work as fluid as they should. But I'm like, I'm not complaining. I'll gladly take it off your hands. Exactly. You can get that fixed if you choose later. So I went online like an old folk and was like, how do I reset this thing? How do I reset this? And I went through the motions and figured it out enough just to poke around and see what it's all about. Y'all. So I asked AI, who was the all-white chicken rooster? Who was the all-white chicken in Rooster Fighter? Is that his brother or his best friend? According to AI, the all-white chicken with the fluffy afro, that's him, that'd be him. The all-white chicken with the fluffy afro style feather on his head name is Kasuki. That's what it looks like. He is Keiji's younger half-brother. So okay, half-brother. That's his half-brother, yeah. That's his half-brother. Who is Kasuke? Kasuke is an adolescent silky longhorn hybrid rooster. While Kaiji is a tough street smart wanderer, Kasuke has a distinctly different look and personality. I'm gonna put some more chickens in the chat. So that's who he is. Kasuki has a distinctly different look and personality. The look, my cool peeps. He features a pure white and incredibly fluffy plumage, a blue beak, blue legs, and a big puff of feathers on his head that usually covers his eyes. So yes, he's got a blue beak and blue legs. There he is. The relation. They share the same father, a rooster named Kazan. Kasuke tracks Kaiji down to recruit him for a rescue mission. That's it, the goal. Unlike Keiji, who is strictly focused on getting revenge for his sister Kasuko, he is traveling the country, my cool peeps, to rescue their father, who is being held captive by demons. Exactly, that's how it ended. That's where I left off at, too. Though they are teammates, their relationship starts out pretty rocky. KG is a lone wolf who resents their deadbeat father and initially wants nothing to do with the mission. This causes the two half-brothers to clash and even fiercely spar against one another. However, Kasuki proves he is just as mighty and skilled a fighter as KG, eventually earning his brother's respect. So they can fly together as a team. So I'm glad you asked that question because I was wondering. So yeah, that's his half brother, and he was looking for his brother, which is the white rooster right there, KG, because their dad is in prison. Isn't that something? So once again, they're all banding together for a united front. They all have this one big demon that they have to face. And it seems as though it's going to take the collective to just bring it on home. I wonder how big this united front is going to be. Aha, free pops, exactly. Friend, right now. Right now. You hear me? I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna ask when is the second season of Rooster Fighter coming out? Rooster Fighter season 1 is complete. And they've been interchanging what comes on in this place right now? I think currently as we speak, I want to say that this new Superman animated cartoon comes on in Rooster Fighter's place. Because Dandadon, what was it? Dandadon came on. Oh man, who was first? Dandadon. Wow. I'm forgetting the order because, okay, here we go. When Tsunami comes on Cartoon Network or Adult Swim, it would be Rick and Morty first. Rick and Morty starts off first, followed by Rooster Fighter, and then this soccer anime will come on. But now that Rooster Fighter season 1 is done, I think there's a Superman animation that's coming on, followed by the soccer cartoon. So I'm getting ready to ask, when is season 2 coming out? I'm thinking it might come out around Christmas time. You know how cool that would be? In the winter time, all nestled into our covers with hot chocolate and watching Rooster Fighter. That'd be a great way to start the winter season. So, can you please tell me when season 2 is coming out? It would be perfect. Are you familiar with Primitive? The whole reason I was introduced to Rooster Fighter is because I was watching Primitive. Primitive is on... They've got 2 complete seasons. I'm not sure if they're in their 3rd or going on 4th season. But nonetheless, when Primitive was on, I was watching that. Primitive came on Tsunami right after Rick and Morty. So when Primitive was getting ready to wrap up its season for that time, that's when they were rolling these commercials for Rooster Fighter. And that's when I was introduced to Rooster Fighter. I'm like, what is this? I must see this. So that's how that happened. Had I not been watching Primitive, I wouldn't even known about Rooster Fighter. Primitive is also good. That is so good. They don't talk next to nothing in that show. Is mainly music and sounds. Primitive is I think it's by the creator who made Samurai Jack, but that should be coming out too. It's good. It's really good. I like having that on in the background too sometimes. So I just asked, can you please tell me when season 2 of Rooster Fighter is coming out? According to AI Overview, My Cool Peeps, it says there is currently no official release date or renewal announcement for season 2 of Rooster Fighter. Dang, really? You know, on the turning lemons into lemonade, I'm glad right now there's currently not a set date for Rooster Fighter to come out, because I have a lot of TV shows I need to catch up on. So this will allow me time to catch up. That's okay. You said my ADH working. That's alright, man. It's alright. All are welcome here. Thank you for coming in. You're perfectly fine. So knowing that Rooster Fighter right now doesn't have a like a cemented set in stone date, I can kind of take a breath and relax. So there is currently no official release date or renewal announcement for season 2 of Rooster Fighter according to AI. The first season just finished its 12 episode run on Toonami on May 31st, 2026. Because the anime wrapped up so recently, the production studio, Sanjin, I probably said it wrong, moving forward, has not yet confirmed whether the show will be expanded into a second season. What to expect? Manga material. Manga material. If the show does get renewed, there is plenty of source material available. Exactly. The original manga by Shu Scaratini is still ongoing and far ahead of where the anime's first season left off. Potential timeline. Traditional anime production timelines usually take about 1 to 2 years. Wow. Did I just read that correctly? The traditional anime production timeline, My Cool Peeps, usually takes about 1 to 2 years. If a second season is greenlit after this year, we likely won't see Kaji return until the late 2027 or 2028. This is why this is kind of aligning with this morning's Cartoon Tuesdays episode we talked about. Earlier this morning at 5 a.m. ET time, we talked about Summer Camp Island. And we talked about why did they change the theme song for Summer Camp Island. And then we ended up getting into a discussion of how it takes a long time for them to even put episodes together. So wow, it's gonna take a 1 to 2 years for another series or another season for Rooster Fighter to be made. They haven't been greenlit yet. So in this situation, it seems like in this situation, Black Dot, if let's say you were the creator of Rooster Fighter, you completed your season of Rooster Fighter. It was 12 episodes. It was a 12 episodic run, and it wrapped up on Toonami May 31st, 2026. It seems like everyone's giving it great reviews, but you haven't been into contractual negotiations for your season 2 to be fulfilled. In this scenario, would you continue on scripting or drawing, just in case you get greenlit, so it can just be ready or already halfway ready, or heck, a quarter of the way ready, just in case you got greenlit? How would you handle the situation? You know, factoring in whether or not you're going to contract out your drawings, or if you do everything in-house, also makes a big difference, I'm assuming, as well. So in this scenario, what do you think will be the best scenario? Exactly. I'm thinking the same way as well. To be ready as possible. Because by you being proactive, that's stating the obvious. And then number two, that frees you up mentally to possibly create something else. So in the spirit of creativity, I think that's the most astute answer as well. We as creators, and when I say we, I'm talking about you and I, my cool peeps who are here, and the ones who are coming for the replay squad, we are creatives. So to just sit around and wait for someone's approval, rather than that they're gonna like something we anteed up on, that's kind of ridiculous. We've got so many things inside of us that we want to create and share with the world, and just sitting around waiting for one thing to come to fruition is not what we do. We'll make it, and if it's right, we can just circle back to it when the time calls. So, having said that, I am hoping that this is what the creator is doing, at least preparing, so we won't have to wait till 2007, although that's next year. But in the grand scheme of things, so we won't have to wait till 2008, 28 to get an answer. You know? Don't keep us waiting in suspense. Don't have us outside waiting on you. Don't have us. Ooh, don't have us outside waiting. Like I'll be outside waiting in the cold for my Jordans. I have never waited outside in line for no Jordans. I'm just teasing. I will find production 33%. I will fund production 33% and keep staff retained. Bite the bullet and see what happens. Exactly. We're all like on the same wavelength when it comes to that. Because when opportunity knocks, you definitely want to be ready. Like Baywatch. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. We have a lot of events, a lot of cool events happening this month also, my cool peeps. We have Streamers University just wrapped up yesterday. Streamer University Part 2, which is Streamer University Class of 2026 with Kai Sanat and his crew, his gang and crew and cast or whatever. That started on the 15th of this month and went all the way to the 20th to my knowledge. Not to mention we had I Show Speed covering the FIFA World Cup all month as well. So we had two heavy hitters dominating YouTube for a month, basically. Because even though Kai was on for Streamer University, my cool peeps, for 5 days, it was the build up leading towards it too. Especially with the auditions and stuff. So factoring in world events that are happening, for example, like with that mudslide. Well, it wasn't a mudslide, it was the water main burst. You know, that happened. It's a lot of stuff that's happening this month, and all the stuff, you know, with Clarissa Shields, and then just the downfall of celebrities. It's so much stuff happening right now. Also, I believe that it's also factoring into a lot of a lot of factoids with the watch time too. As the world turns, our attention goes to other things, because I tell you, right now, while we're in this live stream, since I'm bringing it up, I'm curious. I'm getting ready to read a brief summary about, well, I'm going to ask a question to see if AI will tell me an update on YouTuber Sloan. You know, how he's doing because of what happened to him in California recently. So hopefully I'll put enough detail in the question so it can give me a kick out a good answer for me. Here it is, my cool peeps. I found some information, so I typed in enough information for it to give me the answer. YouTuber Sloan lost his West Hollywood condo, 2 cars, and most of his belongings when a massive water main break ruptured under Sunset Boulevard on July 16th, 2026. So it unfortunately happened July 16th, 2026. I think that's right when my family and I was going through some bull. Isn't that something? So it's like life was hitting everybody. Yeah, life was tearing us up at that same time. We were hit with bad news. So yes, YouTuber Sloan lost his West Hollywood condo, My Cool Peeps, 2 cars, and most of his belongings when a massive water main break ruptured under Sunset Boulevard on July 16, 2026. The flooding created a sinkhole and severely damaged residential buildings in the area. Sloan shared on his Sloan YouTube channel that he is currently dealing with the aftermath of losing everything. I feel so bad. And since I pretty much grew up with Sloan, meaning in the YouTube world, meaning watching him, grow his platform to where he is today, if I had the finances, I would want to really extend my hand and reach out and ask, like, right now, what is the immediate need that you need? What do you need right now? I would love to be in a position to be able to reach out, because I was watching Sloan not only because he was entertaining, and when he delivers his celebrity content news, it's a clean delivery, and the way he delivers it is not saturated in too much drama. So I liked his delivery, and also it was nice watching him be just a regular YouTuber doing it for fun and watching it grow into be like an empire, and how he was going with us, explaining how he has to treat it more seriously like a business, because he's got finances on the line, because he was starting to rely on YouTube, so it was nice to watch him grow, because I was able to observe how to do things. Like, before everyone started to become YouTubers per se, he was saying how he had to put himself on the schedule, treat YouTube like a job, so he could be consistent, and so he could take it more seriously, so he could start reaping the benefits, And it also helped him get out of his shell, because he has some type of anxieties or what have you. And I do agree with that. I do like live streaming because it helps me get in the practice and stay in the practice of just interacting with people. Because the same way I chat and chill with you is the same way I chat and chill and mingle with people in real life. So it just helps keep me kind of fluent. So yeah, if I had it, I would definitely reach out to help him. Continuing on with the article, the catastrophic flooding, my cool peeps, was caused by a 36-inch century-old steel pipe that burst around 4 a.m. in the nighttime, sending millions of gallons of water rushing into the streets and nearby properties. The incident, dubbed West Hollywood Falls by some on social media, has left many residents in the area displaced as they navigate the difficult cleanup and insurance processes. Now, I first found out about this news because I'm looking for the video now. Yeah, they should have been replaced that. I first found out about this news this morning, and it was on a YouTuber's platform called Set in the West. Set in the West. S-E-T. Set in the West. So they were talking about it. And the guy, he actually did boots on the ground, meaning he was in California and he was actually surveying the area where the flood transpired. He was walking around live streaming with his camera, verifying that what Sloan said actually checked out. There was a flood, the burst, the damage, you know, how some people were affected and how some people didn't get touched at all. So that's how I found out, through their platform. I can tell you this, my thoughts and prayers are with him and his family because I don't want anybody going through that. AI asks, would you like to know more about the city's response to the West Hollywood water break or how displaced residents are handling the recovery process? I want to know a lot about this. But first, I want to compound on what you were saying. They should have been replaced it. Why didn't they replace the pipe? And what my cool peeps would say, corporate greed. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, LADWP, had already designated the one, oh my gosh, it's 110 years old. The Los Angeles Department, according to AI, had already designated the 110-year-old Sunset trunk line for replacement, but the project was not scheduled to begin construction until 2031. Just kicking the can down the road. That's just about as bad as sweeping family problems under the rug. It's the same thing. What the H is really going on with people? Really? I assume the same reason they never replaced the pipes in Flint. Dude. They don't want to come out of their pockets to do that. And that's the only reason, man. I think that's why they're kicking the can. Nobody wants to deal with that. That's ridiculous. The pipe was not replaced sooner due to several systemic challenges. Massive system scale. The LADWP manages an immense network featuring roughly 7,000 miles of pipe and 547 miles of major trunk lines. Nearly one-third of these trunk lines are currently reaching the end of their operational lifespan. Exactly. They always do, like vacations and too many cars that they cannot drive at one time. Lagging infrastructure targets. While the utility actively replaces about 45 miles of pipeline each year, independent reviews show they routinely fall short of their specific large diameter trunk line replacement goals. And once again, I totally agree. They rather spend their money on dumb stuff. Backlog funding and planning. Another reason why the pipe was not replaced sooner, due to several systemic changes. Backlog funding and planning. Although the city embarked over $800 million for water system modernization in its 2006-2027 budget, officials admit that completely updating the century-old grid is a slow process that will take decades to complete. Really, excuses, decades to complete. So if they started, heck, in 2000, I still don't think the blowback will be as prominent as it has transpired out to be when this happened on the 16th. According to AI, design work is currently underway to overhaul 6.4 miles of the large diameter pipelines along Sunset Boulevard, My Cool Peeps, but the timeline ultimately moved too slowly to prevent the catastrophic July 2026 rupture. Being surrounded by people when you're telling them you have a problem, you have a situation, this is happening, and them waiting for poop to hit the fan is a prime example of how a lot of things just happened that could have been avoided. I don't know what's worse. These poor people who have been in this situation crying, begging, pleading at these town meetings to get the pipes fixed before this happens, or the aftermath, the not being heard, giving them ample time and warning them, and they're still not doing it. It's got to be some type of mental shock. Now, I know if I'm still recovering for what my family and I went through last week, and I'm expressing to my cool peeps that I'm still not all the way there, heaven knows what they're going through right now. Yeah, all the tax money received, they should have already had a solution. Exactly. There's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for this. So unfortunately, my cool peeps, this is a true thing. And I first found out this information this morning because Set in the West, a YouTuber, actually was commentating boots on the ground live and surveying the area where portions of the people were affected by that. Especially in that part of California, there's plenty of money. That's ridiculous. It's got here, there was something else, maybe one or two questions while reading this article that I wanted to bring up. But I wanted to, expound on your statement, like, where you said they should have replaced the pipe. I asked why they didn't, and those were the reasons why. So back at the beginning, it says, the catastrophic flooding was caused by a 36-inch centuries-old steel pipe that burst around 4 a.m. in the morning. Everybody was off guard and asleep, y'all. Sending millions of gallons of water rushing into the streets and nearby properties. The incident, dubbed West Hollywood Falls by some on social media, has left many residents in the area displaced as they navigate the difficult cleanup and insurance processes. Sloan shared on his YouTube channel that he is currently dealing with the aftermath of losing everything. Will their insurance cover things like this? Do they even have insurance for a freak accident like this? It just don't make any kind of sense. People, you know, they work so hard. I'm just gonna put it where Sloan worked so hard to get to where he is. I watched him from the ground up, grow his channel, go through things, cry on live stream, open up, no different from how I'm doing. And for that to happen, that's ridiculous. It is so unexpected. I don't care how much anybody prepares for life. Life don't prepare you for. It don't prepare you for that. And then in addition to that, can you imagine the trauma? Because it happened in the night, you cannot see. You're woken up out of your sleep. I asked, will their insurance cover things like this? According to AI, for the vast majority of residents impacted by the West Hollywood water main break, standard property insurance will not cover the damage. Will not. WILL spacebar NOT. Ooh, for the vast majority of residents impacted, my cool peeps, by the West Hollywood water main break, standard property insurance will not cover the damage. Local insurance experts and consumer advocates note that standard homeowners, condo, and renters policies specifically exclude this type of loss. According to AI, my cool peeps, the quote, the off-property, end quote, exclusions. Standard property insurance generally covers water damage only if the pipe bursts inside or on your actual property, such as a sudden bathroom pipe failure, for example. Because this rupture occurred off-property under Sunset Boulevard, standard policies do not apply. That's that slick Rick bull, man, that they pull on all the people who do things the right way. Those dang on loopholes. Exactly. I was thinking exactly what you were typing. It's those effing loopholes. I pray for his mind, for his sanity, for his peace. I would be so upset because it was something that was out of your control completely. It was completely out of his control, you know? No amount of preparation in the world would have ever prepared him. And all the other people who've been affected for something like this. Wow. There's more. And there's more to this. I'm going to take a sip of my tea first. Sue the state. Wow. That could be done. But in the meantime, what are the beautiful people going to do? Not only do they have to find a place to stay, keep their mental in check, now they have to fight a legal battle at the same dang time. According to AI, under the question where I asked, will their insurance cover things like this? It says, classified as flooding. Insurance companies classify a massive external water main rupture as a surface flooding event. What the H is a surface flooding event? Standard policies do not cover floods. To get a payout from an insurer for this, a resident would have needed a separate standalone flood insurance policy, which only about 1% of Californians carry. Now, flood insurance situation, I thought this only happened in Florida. You know, like with Hurricane Katrina and stuff like that, where there was no flood insurance. I thought it just happened in Florida. I didn't think this was somewhere else too. The exceptions and next steps according to AI. Vehicles are usually covered. For the 2 cars long lost and the dozens of other vehicles submerged in underground parking garages, the outcome is much better. As long as the vehicle owners carry comprehensive auto insurance, their policies will cover the vehicle's water damage or total loss value after they pay their deductible. Continuing on with AI overview. Going after the city subrogation is spelled subrogation. Subrogation. Going after the city subrogation because the damage was caused by a failure of public infrastructure, my cool peeps. According to AI, the primary path to financial recovery for Sloan and his neighbors is filing a formal government claim against the LADWP. Just like Cool Peep member Corey said, residents must submit property damage claims directly to the city utility to demand compensation for their structure, excuse me, electronics, and displaced living expenses. AI is asking, would you like to know how to file a damage claim with the LADWP? Or are you interested in how community fundraisers are assisting the victims? He sure did just say that. So it's like now they've got another fight, just like that movie. One battle after another. Wow. So I just successfully ate my food. I don't want to not eat. I had to make sure I do that. That's ridiculous. Tomorrow is Wednesday, my cool peeps. Tomorrow is Basket Head. We will be talking about the Oracle from the Matrix. I wonder if I have the cover art. I'm going to look through my phone to see if I have the cover art. If I do, I'll show you how it looks for tomorrow's show. I tried to clear things out of my phone so it won't get so bogged down, excuse me, with files. But it's really difficult to keep up. I don't think this is it. No, you can only see a portion of it. That's part of it. You cannot see all of it. That's from Basket Head. I don't have the don't look like I have the picture saved. Here is Rooster Fighter's cover art in general. I'll get out of the way so you can see it. That's Rooster Fighter's cover right there. I downloaded it from the internet. Part of the picture is cut off, but that's the cover art you can look for. And yeah, here is a picture I used this morning for Cartoon Tuesdays, because I talked about Summer Camp Island. Summer Camp Island is a really cute show, and they get into really serious troubles, but it's adorable how they work things out. I'm looking through my phone one more time to see if I have the picture for tomorrow's show in here, but I don't see it. I tell you, man, I be really trying to clear out my phone, and when I clear it out, it's gone. Into the cloud at least, but not gone forever. It's gone. Gone forever. No! Yeah, it's been removed from my phone. Heck, it's in the cloud. I won't be able to download it while I'm live. Let's see here. So I do have to let's see here. Tomorrow's basket head. Thursday, I don't know what the future holds for Thursday, but I was following how I felt led. So today we kind of had a Freestyle Thursdays mixed in with a Cartoon Tuesdays evening episode. I wonder if I have the picture over here. You know what? I might be able to show you from this device. Just one moment, please. Let's see. Waiting for the file to open. It's taking a sweet time. Alright, I'm going through here. I will be able to show you from here. Here it is. Okay. I found it. I'll be able to show you from this device. So I might have to take the I'll have to take off the green screen so you can see it. And you'll see I'm in the closet. So the words might be backwards, but this is the cover art for tomorrow's basket head. The Oracle. Is she fake? That's what we'll be talking about in the movie discussion. Thank you so much. That's what's going on tomorrow with Baskethead. It's the intentionally very long live stream show with Baskethead. Partying with the purpose on the mothership for set amount of time. I really want to thank my cool peeps who came in today, honestly, you know, for your positive words, your encouragement. We have kind of like an iron sharpens iron situational type of vibe here today. It was very unexpected, but it came in at the right time. To go back with Cool Peep member Corey's words, I'm going to rewind to the top to see if I can find it, but I'm going to try to remember basically what he was saying is, everything is in God's time. And then I added on top of that where I learned that you don't want to be a step ahead or step behind. You want to be in step with him. To be in step is exactly where you need to be from day to day. And for myself to trust the process and also to stand still. Even though time is running short, personally speaking, like for my family and I, we still have stuff we have to pay. We still have deadlines where we're cutting it close, but you all got us out of the fire where it's getting close, so close where it's uncomfortable, but in those uncomfortable things, I have to listen to that voice and know that even though it's not coming when we want it, so we can stop just dealing with it, it will come exactly when it needs to. So this has been a wonderful faith building day, on the camera and everything and off of the camera. So I truly want to thank all of my cool peeps. And what I really believe on LA TV is that when my cool peeps come in, they come in right when they're supposed to and at the exact time they need to. So that's a unique thing that I know about my platform. So even though the numbers are like really small compared to how things used to be, I don't mind. I just know I had to work a little harder for a set amount of time until I get over the hump. But in the meantime, which is right now, this is an example of everything happening for a reason. This has been like a great conversation that I've been able to have with the two of you, and it's been really nice, and I really appreciate it. And this is exactly how it's supposed to be, without interruptions and disturbances, and so I can take my time while I'm healing and recovering from what happened to my family and I, And we're still going through it, but thank God it's not like it was last week. High five, bam! I didn't get interrupted with tons of comments flying and getting distracted. With this pace, with just you two in here fellowshipping with me, it allowed me time to just sit with this moment so it can stay with me so I don't forget it. Yeah. Quality over quantity. Amen to that. Facts. Yup. So before I get ready to, is there anything else I want to say? Because I can't stay on longer, but excuse me. We have it here with the information with Sloan. It is true. It did happen, my cool peeps, on July 16th. That was last week. They're still going through it. We talked about Rooster Fighter. Oh yeah, I'm going through my tab. This morning, not this morning, excuse me. At the beginning of this live stream, I set the date. Like, it's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. It's July 21st. But I said it's July 21st, 1984. So I'm like, I did it again. So now we're at the end of the live stream where I could talk about a brand new topic. I wanted to say, well, since I said 1984, what happened on this day, but in 1984? I typed in what happened on July 21st, 1984. According to AI, on July 21st, 1984, Marta Koch set a woman's 200-meter track world record of 21.71 seconds. The Jacksons' victory tour kicked off a 3-night stand in Jacksonville, Florida, and Prince, When Doves Cry reigned at number 1 on the U.S. charts. Wow, I didn't even know that. Did y'all know that? Why aren't they talking about this in the news? It's so much news going on. Once again, on this day, July 21st, 1984, Marta Koch set a women's 200-meter track world record of 21.71 seconds. The Jacksons Victory Tour kicked off a three-night stand in Jacksonville, Florida, and Prince's song When Doves Cry reigned at #1 on the U.S. charts. Boy, every day there's history in the making, my cool peeps. Every day there is something going on. I didn't even know that. And I wanted to just talk about it because the numbers just stood out. And I'm like, let me see what it is. So I think for Freestyle Thursdays, I've just come up with my topic. And the Freestyle Thursdays topic will be on this day. Well, it was not technically on this day because on this day for Freestyle Thursdays, the date's gonna be different. But on this day, July 21st, 1984. I have to figure out how to do that. Unless I do it on this day for Freestyle Thursdays and talk about that exact date. But yeah, I didn't even know that's what happened. That's really cool information. Why aren't they talking about the Michael Jackson's Victory Tour celebration? Isn't that something worth talking about? But once again, as I was saying, there's so many things going on around the world. I mean, heck, we just talked about this flood thing that happened in California. Is anybody really wanting to talk about a victory tour right now? They're trying to save their homes. Woo! Oh, all this stuff. Did that just happen today? Hold on. Oh wow, that just happened recently. See, there's something else that happened. So on the 16th, the flood happened. On the 18th, this happened. Wow, they were just babies. Oh, there's too much going on, my cool peeps. The intensity is high. That don't make any kind of sense at all. Thank you for sharing that information with me because that's something else I missed. As the world turns, you know, as the world turns, I'm not going to be able to catch everything. And it may not be meant for me to catch everything. Wow. So yeah, my cool peeps, there's a lot of stuff going on. Good mercy. So I covered all that on this day. We talked about Rooster Fighter. We only talked about season 1, episode 1, and we're already approaching the 3-hour mark. Rooster Fighter, to our knowledge right now, it is not slated to come out with the season 2, but I'm keeping high hopes that they will green light the project, but until further notice. That means you and I all have time to watch it and catch up on the good vibes of it all. I need to check my phone to see where it's at first. Okay, it's at 90%. Is it overheating? Nope. And I don't want the cell phone to overheat. I have to check that too. Clipboard. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know I have another question regarding this flood thing. I'm asking if there's any other YouTubers who've been affected by this tragic flood. According to AI, while Sloan is the most prominent creator sharing public updates about losing his home, no other major YouTubers or content creators have publicly confirmed that their residences were destroyed in the July 2026 West Hollywood flood. However, according to AI, My Cool Peeps, given the location of the rupture right off the Sunset Strip, a heavily populated hub for internet personalities and digital media professionals, the broader creator community has still been impacted in several ways. Sloan's core network. Sloan's close friends and frequent collaborator, pop culture commentator Spielshish, has been actively supporting him through the disaster, drawing massive visibility to the situation within the community. Very good. Local creator footage. Several smaller LA-based creators and vloggers such as Yucky Stew, local to the Sunset Boulevard and Holloway Drive intersection, were directly affected by the immediate street closures and documented the catastrophic flooding in real time. According to AI, My Cool Peeps, it continues on. When I asked if are there any other YouTubers affected by this tragic flood, it continues on saying, widespread neighborhood displacement. While other specific high-profile channel names haven't emerged, local officials confirmed that between 150 and 200 vehicles were submerged in nearby underground residential garages, and several apartment buildings lost all power. That's true, because when Set in the West, the YouTuber, was going through there, he was emphasizing that he would not have been able to go to see the scene of where it happened because all the power was shut down in that spot and it was dark. So he was just going into these apartments by himself with the flashlight to just shed light on the situation. Wow. I like how you said times of sorrow and growth. Yeah, it's a growing process, isn't it? Ooh, it is. It sure is. Growing pains. Wow. That's a really good idea. Man, that's a good idea. Um, Heck. It's nice to be reminded of stuff like that. So we have here, once again, thank you for that information. We've got widespread neighborhood displacement. While other specific high-profile channel names haven't emerged, local officials confirmed that between 150 and 200 vehicles were submerged in nearby underground residential garages, and several apartment buildings lost all power. Because West Hollywood is highly populated by digital video editors, influencers, and independent artists, many local professionals have had their workspace and equipment disrupted by the ongoing utility outages. Wow. That is crazy. It's asking, would you like the details on where Salone is currently posting updates? Or how you can follow the community-led relief efforts for those displaced by the flood? Um, so according to AI, Sloan is primarily posting updates and statements directly through the community tab on the official Sloan YouTube channel. Because he lost his primary home studio, recording equipment, and computers in the flood, he is not currently publishing standard long-form edited videos. Instead, he is utilizing text-based updates to communicate with his audience. His initial statement sharing the extent of the loss, explaining that his condo and both of his cars were entirely destroyed, was posted there just days after the July 16th rupture. That's messed up. I thought that's at one point where things were looking for us. I thought that's how I was going to have to report for us. Because things were looking pretty grim for us last week. I thought I was going to have to just keep in contact with my cool peeps like Sloan is unfortunately doing now, just by giving you updates straight from the post feed. But I'm glad I didn't have to do that. Continuing on with AI overview, it says close friends and fellow commentary creators like Spellsheesh are sharing ongoing details and organizing community support for Salone. Local LA independent media. Creators on platforms like TikTok and Instagram continue to track the physical road closures and infrastructure cleanup near Sunset Boulevard and Holloway Drive. So I'm thinking that they've got the flood contained. I'm hoping this won't spread. My next question is, so my next question is this. You know, will this flood continue to happen? Like, are there other pipes just as old in the surrounding area? Yes, according to AI Overview, my cool peeps, more water main breaks are highly likely to happen. And the string of failures has already begun. In the single week surrounding the West Hollywood disaster, at least 5 separate water main breaks erupted across the greater Los Angeles area, including ruptures in Hollywood Studio, Boyle Heights, and Venice. The surrounding infrastructure facts, excuse me, the surrounding infrastructure faces a high risk of continued failures due to several critical factors. I was asking this because to me it seems like all the pipes are connected somehow. Not literally, but in the way in close proximity because they share the same road, you know? And if one breaks, it's gotta be affected because of the impact of the first pipe bursting. It's gotta do some type of shifting. So according to AI, the surrounding infrastructure faces a high risk of continued failures due to several critical factors. Let's see here. We've got the surrounding pipes are just as old. A system-wide issue. The ruptured pipe under Sunset Boulevard, My Cool Peeps, was 110 years old. Built in 1916. That was before my grandmother was born. Wow. A system-wide issue. The rupture pipe under Sunset Boulevard was a 110-year-old line built in 1916. According to the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, LADWP, roughly 30% of the city's 7,000 miles of water main are over 80 years old, meaning thousands of miles of pipes are actively reaching or exceeding their maximum 100-year operational lifespan. Repeated failures along Sunset. Oh, wow. Good morning, my cool peeps. Bam. High five. How are you doing, Lizard Scream? Huh? Have you had your first pot of coffee yet? That's really cool. For me, the time is 7:10. Well, now 7:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm just hanging with my cool peeps. This is really cool. I'm talking about right now. What's going on in California? They had a water main burst, and it caused severe flooding and like not mud holes, sinkholes and stuff. So people's stuff has gotten damaged. So I'm in the middle of asking, oh, will the flood continue to happen? Like, are the other pipes just as old as the surrounding area? Oh, really? Good, 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 good. Good job on your dental report. Hey, I enjoy hearing great news from my cool peeps. Great news. That's great news. I want to look for... There you go. So yes, more water main breaks are highly to happen. We've got right now repeated failure alongside Sunset. This is not an isolated incident according to AI, my cool peeps. For the area, aging water mains beneath Sunset Boulevard have burst repeatedly over the years, including a major November 2025 rupture at Sunset and Grover Street, and a massive 10 million gallon flood near UCLA. Why future breaks are predicted, my cool peeps? Lagging replacement pace? Out of sight, out of mind. Exactly. It's the out of sight, out of mind situation for me. Earlier, my cool peeps and I were saying because they're just being cheap. You should try and watch Chinatown. If you can, it's an awesome film, nor about the water in LA. It's considered the best screenplay ever. Gonna write that down. My cool peeps have been giving me great notes tonight. I'm pulling out my clipboard and I am going to write that down. Just one moment. Peas and thank you. Yes, I said peas. Peas. movie called Chinatown. It's about water in LA. Thank you so much. I just wrote that down. So why future breaks are predicted for, it to continue to happen, unfortunately, in Los Angeles? Lagging replacement pace. LADWP infrastructure reports reveal the city is failing to meet its own safety targets. For instance, the utility targeted replacing 17,600 feet of trunk line with modern earthquake resilient piping, but only completed 11,500 feet, my cool peeps. Moving forward, out of sight, out of mind is another reason this mess has happened and is going to continue to unfortunately happen, according to AI. Civil engineering experts point out that inspecting these aging lines is incredibly difficult because they are buried deep underground and tightly surrounded by other critical utilities. Teams cannot easily spot weak rivets or cracking metal before a catastrophic failure occurs. I hope you get to see it. It's a very interesting movie and very old school. I definitely wrote it down, and I do feel like I should watch that one. So thank you so much, and I need to I'll circle it. Yeah, I do feel the need to look for that. So I had to, go with my gut. That one really seems like something I need to check out. Let's see here. Thank you so much for that movie suggestion. We sure do need Mario to come because this is a complete mess. It's a hot mess. AI is just saying that there's more to come, and some pipes have already begun to burst. In addition to the big one that burst on the 16th of this month. According to AI, local leaders including LA Mayor Karen Bass, have publicly stated that these simultaneous bursts underscore the immense challenge of managing a city sitting on top of century-old infrastructure. Wow, she said time BOMBS. Wow, I never looked at it that way. Like, wow. If you like, I can provide the latest transit detours and road closure updates for Sunset Boulevard, or details on how, wow, West Hollywood city officials are applying pressure to speed up the utilities 2031 replacement timeline. Where this happened, are they enforcing any evacuations? I mean, if this is happening, are they enforcing some type of evacuations or what have you? Really? I saw tigers and the tiger saw. I saw tigers and the tiger saw, man. It sounds like words to a song. No general mandatory evacuations are being enforced for West Hollywood residents, my cool peeps, according to AI. Local officials established an evacuation zone as a placeholder precaution when the rupture first occurred. But West Hollywood Mayor John Heilman and Vice Mayor Danny Hang confirmed that widespread forced evacuations are not necessary. Tiger King has a song. I didn't get around to watching that documentary, but I did review slash listen to a handful of YouTube based videos about Tiger King. Cool. Isn't he still in jail? Oh my gosh, man. So that's the information as far as that. So once again, today's topic for my late night video is Rooster Fighter on Cartoon Network and other things. I just want to talk. So today was basically a 2-in-1 combo because I wanted to just hang out and chill with my cool peeps today. This is the second video anyways. I'm on here Monday through Fridays, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my schedule set in stone time. This video is an extra video to help contribute to my watch time cause. But I wanted to split it in half, and I'm very glad I did because I've been really enjoying this. I have like a lot of calm and peaceful vibes. So we talked about Rooster Fighter Season 1, Episode 1. And talked about this cute little baby chick bird. We talked about who in the world this rooster is with the afro and blue feet. Come to find out, that's Kaji's stepbrother. And this rooster, he came to Kaji, which is the rooster right here in the red or the pink background, because their dad is in prison. So he needs his stepbrother's help, plus his friends, to free their dad out of prison. So, Rooster Fighter, according to AI, they finished their season 1, on I think May 31st of this year. It was a 12 episodic run, and I got up to watching 4 or 5 episodes. It came on so late. So what I would have to do, my cool peeps, is set the alarm clock so I can wake up out of my sleep so I can watch it and keep up with it. But it came to a point where I just was starting to get too sleepy, and it was breaking up my sleep. So I had to choose sleep or continue waking up every week, which would have been for 12 weeks in a row, to watch this show. I chose sleep, so I got off the bandwagon of following Rooster Fighter. But here I am talking about it right now because it is still Tuesday over here. It is 10:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, July 21st, 2026, and it's a Tuesday. Rooster Fighter has 12 episodes, and as of right now, according to AI, they are not in talks of having a season 2. So the silver lining right now is the fact that this will give me enough time, ample time, to catch up on all the episodes. Sleeping is extremely important, and it's a shame when I got older, and even right now, so I should say when I grew up, and even right now that I'm a woman, I still battle with wondering what's more important, getting the job done or getting rest, because we need both. But yeah, sleep is extremely important. We are 12:29 on a Wednesday. Yes, you're already into the future. I think that's really cool because, so technically it's Basket Head Day for all of you, and we're still on Taco Tuesday and Cartoon Tuesday. Henceforth, cartoons. But today, since it's not my normal regularly scheduled time, I felt it was easier to flex, to talk about for the first portion, just hanging with my cool peeps. So I treated tonight's live stream like a Cartoon Tuesdays late night mixed with the Freestyle Thursdays. And to me, it's been a success. Great conversation and everything. There's always time. Yeah, I always get confused. Yeah, it's like, what's important? And I don't want to pay the price, you know? It's like I done went to sleep and I could have got all this done. And this, and this, and that. But just think, I can hear my husband's voice in my head. But just think, if you went to sleep, you would have woke up well rested and probably found an easier way to get your work done instead of just plowing through it to get it done. It would have saved you some time. I'm like, I never thought of that. And he'll be like, if you went to sleep, you probably would have. I'm like, yeah, you're right, you know, I just be trying to, I have goals. We have needs. We have stuff we gotta do. And it's not, how's it gonna get done with no sleep? And then here we go, losing the whole mark. It's like, girl, if you don't get somewhere and sit down. I can't say though, with the help of my husband, I've been getting better with that time management of sleep, getting some rest. If you sleep well, you'll live longer. I think so. I think so too, but I think I always get excited and wake myself up. Yeah. But at least it's not you. At least when you do wake up, it's not because of stress or because you gotta go do something by a deadline. At least it's for jubilant reasons and nothing negative. Exactly. Yeah. High five. Bam. This is really cool, man. So there's the 4 cute chickens. There's more characters in the Rooster Fighter, but these are the one of the 4 main ones. You have those days as well. Yeah, it happens, right? And we can only believe that we'll have more stronger days than weekdays. Tomorrow for us will be our Wednesday, and it is the intentionally very long live stream show with Baskethead. We will be having a movie talk discussion about The Matrix, talking about the woman, the Oracle. We'll be talking about whether or not the Oracle is a fake or not. Was she beneficial to helping Neo? So that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow morning on the mothership. Yes, the Oracle. I look forward to that. Have your popcorn and your snacks ready because it's going to be on. We're going to be in the spaceship. A movie chat and discussion. Seeing how things transpire. I look forward to reading on my Cool Peeps theories when it comes to the Oracle. Exactly. I believe I made my peace with everything, meaning covered every topic. I touched on Rooster Fighter. My Cool Peeps and I just had conversations off the beaten path of the main topic at hand. But I did make sure to put that, my Cool Peeps, in my title so it wouldn't be misleading. The title tonight is Rooster Fighter on Cartoon Network and other things I just want to talk, so I made it clear. What's going on, my replay squad? High five. Bam. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me, your girl LA. Pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. All my cool peeps in Australia, the time for you is a beautiful 12:34 p.m. on a Wednesday. I hope you had great food to eat. and the sun is shining in your favor and direction. May the birds follow you around everywhere you go, singing you songs of joy, delight, and bringing you miracles. And I do mean that. I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. Until next time, I'll see you what? I'll see you all next video. Good night. Good day. Bye.